2 minutes of Torah. This year is entitled The Danger and Evil of Painting with Broad Strokes. We said a previous year that while Pinchas had a very pinpointed attack on Cosby, and Zimri, on the other hand, Eliyahu said about the Jewish people, they are idolaters. And the Rambam in his letter about Anigeret Hashmad writes, we can't do that. And he lists people, great leaders of the Jewish people that were condemned and punished for going ahead and painting the Jewish people in a bad way, even though they weren't perfect. And they deserve condemnation, but to go ahead and say the Jewish people are this way, that way, we have to be so, so careful. And I wonder if that still happens to this very day, where different groups, there are certain members that do some things that are not acceptable to the other one, and right away, they. Few examples. We go ahead, Ramah Bet, we live in Ramah Aleph and Ramah Bet. Sometimes you have Afghano, you have demonstrations, and they'll stop the traffic and burn garbages in the street. And a person just driving through, I cannot go ahead and get through because these people and these kids even are standing in the middle of the street and stopping me from going through. It's upsetting. How often do those of us who live in Ramah say, the people of Ramah Bet, the crazies, the extremists, oh, Ramah Bet is nuts. We should say, if someone thinks it's wrong, which I certainly do, those demonstrators and those who do that and those who teach their kids to do that, that's unacceptable, that's wrong. What kind of chinuch is that? But broad strokes, all the people of Ramah Bet, or for over a century, almost 2 centuries, the machloket, Zionists, anti-Zionists, where still many people feel the Zionists. It's one thing to say those Zionists that went ahead and destroyed Yemenite Judaism, 100, 500 of them, or 200, however many Zionists did that. Those Zionists that went in and took off the payas from the Taimani Jews 70 years ago. Okay? Or those Zionists that went ahead and built the kibbutzim against religion. Okay, I hear that. It deserves condemnation. But the Zionists, like every Zionist, subscribes to these beliefs. So in the morning, we have collectors come to shul. To me, it's very sad. 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 23-year-olds coming and collecting. Doesn't sound like a proper life to me to go ahead and you set your life up where you just go and that's how you make money, you collect. So let's say there's some Hasidim that come every morning to collect. The Hasidim, they go ahead, they don't know how to educate their children to make a living, and instead they teach them to be Shnorers. The Hasidim. Those who go ahead and teaching the students to go and collect, and that's how you make a living, by collecting money, that's very sad. And I think that's inappropriate. But we need to go ahead and have pinpointed criticism, if that's appropriate even in the first place. Why you're criticizing? Okay, if they need to mention it to explain why you're against this, why you're against that, fine. But broad strokes, the Zionists, the people of Bet, the Hasidim. Now what if you have some religious Zionists, Dati-lite, who aren't so careful about every halacha, like swimming, and tzniut isn't so perfect. So would anyone appreciate if someone from outside the religion was the religion, the Dati-lite people, don't do this and don't do that? They don't learn enough Torah. I think this group, that person, I think should be more careful about this halacha, about that halacha. Fine. Broad strokes is a dangerous, dangerous phenomena. All year long, it's a dangerous phenomena, and especially in the 3 weeks, it's something that we should look into and work on. Shalom.